Hi, for both of you guys. Hank Kurz with the Associated Press. Can you talk about the urgency that you feel this year to take this all the way?
Kayla, you want to start?
I think we have a huge sense of urgency. We know we have a lot of returning players who know what it takes to get there. And I think we're just really mentally focused on taking it one game at a time. But there's still that sense of urgency that we want to get back to the Final Four and the national championship.
I agree, and that was one thing we had to talk about early in the beginning of the year, that we can't get the national championship back in the first game. So like K-Max said, just taking it one game at a time, I thought we've done a good job of doing that. As a senior, I probably could speak of a different sense of urgency, but I think that Kayla, Turner, and I, we understand this is our last go-round. So in that sense, I think we're anxious to play every game.
Questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, Al Lessard with South Bend Tribune. Skylar, 26 points away from the school scoring record. I mean, how important is that to you? And, how you look at everything you've done over 4 years and it's finally a culmination. How important is that?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it at all, to be honest. But, that's a good thing, I would imagine. But Beth, Coach Cunningham, she was amazing, and I've been blessed to be on a team that's been to back-to-back national championship games, and I've had more opportunities as far as games to get it. So that just shows how much of a scorer she was and how dominant she was in her day. And she's a great coach, and I'm glad that she's around. And if I do break that record, so be it. But I would rather win a national championship than break that record, to be honest.
Have you ever watched any film of her?
Just not really. Maybe in the history clips. It was a few years ago. Was I born? Just kidding. Don't tell her I said that.
Yes, sir. On the side here.
Kurt Rallo, South Bend Tribune. Skylar, you've played in 4 state championship games, 2 national championship games. What do those championship experiences do for you? How do what skill set does that help you build?
I don't know. Maybe I guess I would say I'm experienced in that sense. Working well under pressure. Maybe leadership because I have been there. Confidence because I know what it takes, and I feel like this team has it. Yeah, something like that.
Questions? Yes, sir. Sir.
Skylar, Sean Morrison, Virginian Pilot. You've got a matchup with Angel Goodrich coming up here, one of the best guards in the Big 12, especially this time of year. How much do you look forward to those kinds of marquee matchups?
Yeah, Angel's not only in the Big 12 in the country. She's a great point guard, and, I've seen what she's been able to do these past 4 years in her career at Kansas, and, I'm a fan. Her ability to get the ball to her teammates, her ability to push and transition, attack the basket, and finish is something that is dangerous. Playing against a guard like that, who knows her teammates so well. And, you have players like Engelman and Davis who are playing better these last 6 to 8 games, and you can tell they really don't want their season to end. So for me, I'm not really worried about what she's doing. It's more of executing, scout defense and our offensive plan versus them.
Yes, right here.
Skylar Graham Hayes, ESPN. Along those same lines almost, kind of when you watch an opposing point guard on film, whether it's Angel or anyone else, what do you look for? What traits or skills kind of jump off the page to you when you're watching a point guard?
Well, I watch so much film, and I guess what I look for is, habits. What really defines that point guard. I think she she's 31% from three-point line, 36% from the field, 20 assists to 4 turnovers in the last 2 games. I'm looking at numbers. I'm looking at not only what she does on film, but on paper. She has 80-something, 90-something steals on the year, so that means she has good hands on defense. And because I haven't had the opportunity to see her play in person too much, you got to just go from the film as far as preparation goes. But she's a good point guard, and everybody knows that. It's not a secret. but yeah, I guess I just try to look at habits and numbers on paper and from the little film that we do have.
Yes, sir.
Skylar, again, when you face a point guard like that, is there a personal challenge to it
No,
for you?
no,
Not a bit.
no. I'm not worried about. Like I said, I'm not worried about what they're doing. It's more about doing my job, and if I did my job, then she didn't do hers.
Is there, now you're obviously a terrific offensive player. Is the extra emphasis on defense that maybe a good point guard challenges, does that make it harder to be a good offensive player for you?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, you're obviously a successful and good offensive player, but when you have to play defense against a good point guard
Does
like
it tire
her,
me out or something?
Yeah, is it harder for you to play your own offensive game?
No, I think if it's a good point guard or average point guard, I'm still gonna be up 90-something feet. You know, and I have teammates who do a great job of being in help side, and you have to trust your teammates. You know, I'm gonna do the same thing I always do defensively. I'm gonna try to get up on the ball, try to get my hand on some passes, try to be physical. And on offense, I'm gonna attack, and we'll see if we can put the pressure on them early. And yeah, I'm gonna do the same things I always do. I don't think I think that everybody else needs to pay attention to where she is also, and you have to trust your teammates in that sense.
Questions? Yes, right here first.
Kayla, on the other side of things, outside of that matchup, just what have you guys been talking about in the locker room? What kind of is the point of emphasis for you?
I definitely think it's they're big inside with Davis. You know, I think they do a really good job of spreading the court and really isolating her down low. And we have to make sure we have good help side and try to get some steals early to get our transition offense going.
How difficult is it with having those bigs down low who have been playing better over the last couple of games, and then also having a point guard like that at the top of things?
I mean, they have a lot of confidence coming in here. I think that, although they're a 12 seed, they haven't been playing like a 12 seed, and they're here for a reason. And they're going to bring their best game, and we got to bring ours.
Hank?
Skylar, you said you try to look and see what defines another point guard. What would you say defines you?
I think I'm instinctual. I think if it comes to where I need to score, then I can put the ball in the basket. But really, what I'm looking for is opportunities to score the basketball. And when I say that, I meant to say shoot the first time, or put the ball in the basket. But my first thing is to set my teammates up. I want to make every player on the defensive end pay attention to me. To set my teammates up better. I'm trying to push tempo. I want to be aggressive on defense also. I'm trying to get up and get steals, and I want to be the smartest player on the court. And that comes from preparation and understanding the game and being a student of the game. I want to be the most competitive person on the court. I want to be the most emotional player on the court. And I'm the most confident player on the court. And I think when you're all those things, that your teammates, they are too. And then we become the most confident, most aggressive, most competitive team. So my job is to just be the leader of all of those things.